Welcome back to Of Dice and Friends, your weekly serving of magic, mayhem, and misadventure. I'm Joey, your host and dungeon master, and I'm excited to announce that every single NPC introduced this arc has been named by our patrons.
Cool.
In fact, I think every person, location, and item I introduce from now on will be named by them. So expect everything from epic to ridiculous. Also, if you hear words that seem really out of place, it's also probably our patrons fucking with us. They've given us words to say that we have to say. Rach, do you have those words?
I do, and they're ridiculous. I don't know how we're going to put all of them in.
Great. So look forward to that.
Any listeners out there, if you can pick out all of the words that the patrons have saddled us with, burdened us with this week, you're welcome to come on our Facebook page and comment.
Yeah, I'll totally give you a prize if you guess them all. There are 4 to give you a hint. So if you can guess which 4 words they are, comment on this post announcing this episode, and hell, we'll throw you a Dice and Friends t-shirt. And for those of you just planning on copying and pasting other people's guesses, it'll just go to the first person who guesses it.
And one last remark. Our patrons are not allowed because they can see this.
Of course. Right.
Yeah, true.
Hey, everybody. Good to be back in my favorite chair of the week. Nolan here playing Mo the Monk. And honestly, I'm kind of refreshed to be sitting down because recently I've been having like feet problems. I think like my arches have like collapsed, you know? So I've been using the gel in my shoes, which I didn't think were going to work, but man, do I stand corrected.
He's jealous.
Oh, boy. I hate that you look at me when you say this shit.
He's looking to Joey for affirmation.
He's not going to find it.
No. I'm looking because every time I deliver the punchline, I see his soul leave his eyes just a little bit more.
A little bit of death every time we say, oh my goodness, that's dark.
You know, in French, the little death means orgasm.
What?
You're welcome.
No more eye contact.
Nolan is now looking at the ground, shifting uncomfortably in his seat.
Hi, I'm Greg, and I play J.R. Ranstar, the draconic warlock of the group. Ooh. And man, I can't believe it's already almost the end of January. Like this month, the new year is already almost gone.
Yeah.
Makes you think about all those goals you set on the first day.
Stop.
And already 1 month in, and you're like, oh, wow.
Blew by that one.
I refuse to make resolutions out of principle.
Well, I have a couple. Maybe some stuff might be coming out. Projects. Hopefully get done by the summer.
Nice. Very cool.
Ooh, how secretive. Ooh.
Hey, I'm Rachel. I play Tana. I used to say the fiery tiefling, but now we see that there's a little bit more than fire running through her veins. So it'll be cool to explore that a little bit more.
Cool for who?
Me. No one else.
The other beleaguered players at the table.
Beleaguered is a good word. So before we started recording, the guys being the guys, we're talking about eating... what were you talking about eating, Nolan? Guinea pigs?
Yeah. I don't know if I'd try it, is what I was saying.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you guys, what is the weirdest food you've ever eaten? / if you can't answer that, I want to know the one food you wouldn't eat no matter how much money was on the table. So I will go first. Weirdest food I've ever eaten was a poisonous blowfish. The neurotoxin, if prepared incorrectly, will kill you in a slow, paralyzing death. That was in Japan. Also, you literally could not pay me enough money. I don't care if you put $1 billion in front of me. I would never eat a roasted tarantula. Ever. Which in Tennessee, they serve a roasted tarantula hamburger.
No.
Yeah. Go look it up for $30.
I'm not gonna.
Well, no, you shouldn't. I saw a picture of it once and I screamed and screamed.
Wait, what if
and
it's
screamed.
deep fried? Because then it's just going to look like a malformed chicken nugget.
Aaron, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this.
Oh, I'm Aaron, and I play Finian the Elf. And to answer that question, I haven't eaten a lot of truly weird foods, but there's a food that I find quite unpleasant, and that's uni, which is, sea urchin. It's a delicacy in Japan. And the food that I would never eat again is uni, the sea urchin.
Hey, I'm Sarek. I play Heen the Gith. It's not necessarily a weird food because it's actually pretty similar to American foods, I guess. But Joey brought...
Oh.
He knows exactly where this is going. Joey brought a Korean cheese log back to New Year's party we were having. And it looks like it's just string cheese. It has a consistency of string cheese, except when you bite into it, the closest I can describe it is vulcanized rubber that has been left in salt water for probably half a century.
Have you tasted that before?
One of our other friends took a little nibble and immediately ran over to the sink and was just like gagging. I thought he's being a drama queen. I took the whole thing, just the whole string cheese slicing, shoved it in my mouth and started chewing. And I finished it. But oh boy, was I very close to throwing up all over the board game.
Excuse me, I'm just going to run to the bathroom.
Did you finish that
awesome.
on principle or just to show your friend that you could do it?
Hey, I had committed at that point. I was all in. I was going to just besmirch my honor.
Joey, what about you? And I took your roasted tarantula, so you can't use that.
I'm not a terribly adventurous eater, so I can't think of the strangest thing I've ever eaten. I mean, most American food is pretty awful when you look like eggs.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre that we eat those things. Can that be my answer?
Yeah, well, let me tell you something. In China, they have 100-year-old eggs where they pickle them for years and years and years, sometimes up to a century, and they're black. And people eat them.
Whoa.
Yeah, they're chemically treated.
Yeah.
And they turn like a black
Could
color.
I pay you any amount of money for you to eat that?
Yeah, I would try that.
Oh, I'm actually really surprised.
I mean, eggs are fine. You're just pickling an egg. I mean,
It's a little different
I'll
than pickling.
show you a picture after this.
Isn't
or
that
maybe
the one where
during
there's
this.
like the slightly developed fetus inside or something?
They do
That's
that too.
They do
Okay,
that too.
that's one of those ones that...
ooh, that's my answer. You cannot pay me to try that.
Yeah,
Thanks,
fair
Eric.
enough. Fair enough.
Oh, wow. Let's see. I think the weirdest thing I've ever tried was ostrich.
The meat?
Yeah. It was not pleasant. So first off, so ostrich is red meat. It's red meat.
Oh.
Yeah.
And so, I always order like my steaks and stuff. I always like it rare. I think it has better flavor personally. So I always go for rare. So I decided, let's just go rare on the ostrich. That was a mistake. And it was so expensive. I, on principle, had to finish that.
Oh, buddy.
I've had ostrich jerky. It's not bad.
Well, jerky all tastes the same.
No. Alligator jerky tastes way different than like boar jerky.
See, I'm still with
Wild
Nolan.
boar.
I've had that too. Yeah, and ostrich jerky and all that.
So is that
jerky's
the
jerky.
weirdest thing you've ever eaten, Greg?
No, a worm.
I'm sorry, what?
Is this an innuendo or is this like a little...
like a live worm.
Was it live?
Yes.
Why? Were you 12?
Yeah.
I half expected him to be
you
like,
ever
no, it
get
was last
scared?
week.
And did it just taste like fishy dirt?
Right, there was a book called like Deep Fried Worms or
How to
something.
eat fried worms.
Yes.
Yeah.
And after reading that book, we were like, well, what's a worm taste like?
And
It didn't really taste like much, honestly.
I would think
You swallow it so fast.
Okay.
But I think if you fried it up, it'd probably be pretty good.
I regret asking this question, and I think we should start playing.
All right. Well, start us off with a cheers.
Yeah, you got it. Guys, here's to you. It is better to be a well-known drunkard than an anonymous alcoholic. Cheers, you drunkers!
Cheers. Chapter 24, Swamped. 4 days have passed since you spoke with Emperor Kavus. In that time, Mo had an epiphany about helping each other find balance in life. JR was rewarded an enchanted longsword by the Tritons. Tana suffered memories of her past while unconscious. Finian learned that he must act on instinct, and Heen confronted the ASMR man whose parents he had slain as a seeker. I have some good news and some bad news. Which would you like first?
Ooh, bad news.
I want them both at the
news.
same
news.
time so it's neutral.
Yeah.
The bad news, Tana,
What?
The Triton mages took a look at your cracked staff, but were unable to fix it.
Yeah, not surprised.
It
And
was
also-
returned to you alongside a warning. Should the obsidian rupture, run.
I could have told you that, but it's fine. It's fine. It's not going to crack again. It's all good. It's all
I
good.
feel like that's not true.
Did they have duct tape? It'll fix anything.
Yeah, they tried to glue it back together. It didn't work too well.
Yeah.
The good news is for JR.
Ooh.
Your new sword was designed by our wonderful patrons, Ricky and Allie.
No kidding.
Ooh.
The blade is a jagged, stylized bolt of lightning, and the blue hilt is detailed with ocean waves.
Whoa.
Nice.
That's so cool.
It's called Lightning Rod.
Woohoo.
Oh, we have the coolest patrons.
Or just
ever.
Rod
Nice.
for short.
Can we name it Rod? Can we
Rod
name
the
your
sword.
sword Rod?
Sure.
Why are, guys, if we're talking to another sword, we haven't learned anything.
Rod's a nice guy.
This is what it does. It is a +1 longsword. It deals an additional 1d4 lightning damage on hit.
Oh, yeah.
It grants you a swimming speed equal to your walking speed.
Wait, what?
Wow.
What?
It has 5 charges and regains 1d4 every morning. After dealing damage to a creature, you can spend 1 charge to force it to make a DC 14 wisdom save. On a failure, it's taunted into only attacking you for the next minute, and you have resistance to this damage.
Oh my god.
That is
Nice.
such a genius idea.
Isn't that awesome?
Wow.
Great.
I really want to check out this sword. JR, can I grab your rod? I'll be really gentle with it. I promise. Why are you guys laughing?
Greg, why are you blushing?
Oh.
I
It
just
has 5 charges. You better watch out.
Hey, I get it back every day.
I will be super careful. I will grasp your rod in 2 hands. You don't need to worry. You can't even make eye contact with me.
I'd like to go home.
We don't have an
Request a
HR
brief recess.
department. It's probably a good thing so I can't be reported for sexual harassment.
Okay. For now, you find yourselves on the shores of Miarum, the swampy nation of goblins. Instead of a sandy beach, however, the soft fingers of the swamp reach out into the sea to form a maze of muddy paths. The ground is slick, and the air is humid and smells of salt. Raphiram looks around, both at the terrain and the sun's placement, and after a self-assured nod, he looks to the party. Everyone ready?
I mean, like, I would be ready, but I kind of forgot, like, I forgot a tent, I forgot rations, I forgot drinking water, I also forgot shoes.
He looks down at your feet. Finian, you told them what we're doing in the swamp, right? Modus, you should have purchased these things before we left.
I honestly thought we were just looking for mushrooms.
You might find it easier to walk through the swamp without shoes, frankly.
No, he's right. I'm good. I'm ready.
Most of the time, if you get sucked into the mud, your shoes come off anyway, and you're just stuck.
Yeah, see, Finian's thinking.
All right, show of hands. Who here knows what we're doing in this swamp?
I do.
No one else raised their hand.
Finian, for someone who overplans, one would think you would have told your companions why we're here.
It's funny you mentioned that. Last week when we were on the ship, I wasn't given enough time to have that conversation before we ended the episode.
Why don't you explain it now? And he'll start walking.
Wait, can literally anyone else explain it except Finian? And you'll turn around, you'll find that I'm just leaning against a cypress tree, trying not to get my boots wet, and I look very sullen.
Finian looks up from his current chore, which is tightening the straps on the leather satchel that now carries 10 healing potions being carried by Dergut.
Oh, that's so cute.
He is now our medic pig.
Like a
Nice.
Saint Bernard?
Field medic.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
He also
can't
carries an
handle it.
assortment
That's
of
useful.
healing and also mind-altering mushrooms, so be careful which ones you choose.
Nice. Say less.
Yep. All right.
And they go in this pattern: healing, healing, poison, poison, healing,
yeah,
poison.
deadly
Okay.
poison, deadly poison, tasty fish.
I was totally listening to that carefully.
So Finian looks up from his current shore.
I'd be glad to explain what we're doing here. Tana, did you say anyone but me? Whatever. Okay, I'll just explain the situation. Before I met you in the Path of Malice, this is where I died. And there are goblins who were raiding some of the outlying towns on the edge of the swamp, and they were being influenced by a black dragon named Avru.
You were not in Malice very long, were you?
No, I died, and I think I ended up there pretty much post haste.
A black dragon, you say? That's pretty cool. Can I meet him? I would
Well, I
like to
met him
shake
and
his
he
hand.
destroyed me in one bite, so if you meet him, be prepared.
So he's a bad dragon.
Wait. So we're just going back to where you died? I mean, I gotta warn you, man, like, it's uncomfortable.
It's quite possible that, yes, I will find my deceased body.
Why are we doing this?
This was my mission.
Well,
Tell them, Raphiram.
Finian and I were dispatched in a group of 6 to find out what was happening in the swamp. Unfortunately, as you've heard, our ship capsized. Finian sounds washed up here in Miarum. I ended up in Belior, unfortunately. So, we're here to finish what we set out to do.
And wait, time out. Didn't Tana, you said you died with Finian, right?
She did. She was killed before.
I don't want to talk about it.
I'll answer that.
You don't need to talk about it.
I'll keep it brief.
Nobody needs to talk about it.
Very brief.
No. If just one sec, man. Hey, Jared, can you help me out with something real quick, man?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm gonna huddle with him real quick. Okay, dude, what the fuck? Okay, so that means that a group of 6 elves came here and died, and then Tana and Finian came here and died, and we're the third group, bro.
I can hear you. I have very good hearing. And no, it wasn't 6 elves. There was only 1 elf. And a cast of characters who I may not name except for Tana.
The 6 of us capsized before we ever reached the swamp.
I was the only one of the group that made it here, and I tried to carry out the mission, but I was not well equipped to face a black dragon.
Oh, okay, cool. And we are. Yeah, we're totally.
Yeah,
we
the
got
one
this.
without shoes, well equipped to fight the dragon.
We should just try and talk to him first. I bet he's a reasonable person.
No.
Well, did you speak in his native language?
No, I
Maybe
didn't.
you
That's actually a good
insulted
point.
him.
I don't think I had a chance to say anything at all.
Oh. Oof.
Why don't you all follow me? It looks like the tree line isn't far from shore.
I have something in my eye. Does somebody have a compact or something where I can look into it?
No.
yeah, it's
You're
good.
fine. No, I just looked. You're good. Nothing's in your eye. You don't need to look in the mirror.
I
You're good.
have
Yeah, you're good.
something in my eye.
No, I promise you don't.
Here.
And we swapped
me
out all of
just
the
look.
utensils that we carry with wooden ones, because I don't like metal utensils, so I gave everybody wooden ones.
I'm staring at you all like you're absolutely insane.
I'll be kind of laughing.
What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. Anyway, Raphiram, where are we heading, buddy?
Does she not know what's on her
No,
face?
Oh, what are you talking about? Be quiet.
My
I'm
apologies.
Scrubbing my eye forcefully and just hanging out in the back of the
I'm
group.
going to lean into Raphiram really quick. Okay, listen, man. I didn't think that squid ink lasted that long. Okay, I thought it was wash off. It didn't.
It's a rather artfully drawn mustache.
Oh, thanks, man.
Whoa. Are you saying it's cooler than mine?
No, I would never say something so
Oh,
foolish.
thank you.
And the monocle, was that your doing as well?
Yeah.
It's made me want to buy a monocle, honestly.
It's a very distinguished look.
It is.
Perhaps not on a tiefling.
You just see me staring at my hand, trying to get some black smudge off my fingers and looking at it in sort of a confused way.
The primary curiosity I have is, what do you feel has changed? If you think you can defeat this dragon, we can defeat this dragon now.
I think we come with a much greater level of power than I had when I entered the swamp. I was just a bare initiate when I was here.
That is true.
And also, Tana doesn't have her accent this time.
We don't talk about that.
I was going through a phase.
I think that accent is what set that dragon off in the first place.
Fuck all of you. Let's go to the swamp.
With a roll of his eyes, Raphiram just makes his way towards the swamp. As you draw closer to the trees, the slick mud quickly transitions into bog. The atmosphere is abuzz with the sound of frogs, insects, and the wet squishes of mossy ground beneath your boots.
Or toes.
Or toes. For the first day of travel, I would like everyone to make a DC 13 survival or nature check.
Oh, no. I don't leave home very often.
Why are you all looking at me?
The reaction of that's pure
barely did it.
D&D right
Yeah.
there.
Shockingly, the druid just barely managed to make that one.
Who passed the save or the
I
check?
did.
Apparently,
Here we go.
in one of my past lives, I was a swamp folk because I'm stepping everywhere I should be stepping. I rolled a natural 20.
All right.
Oh, dang.
Is that your first ever in this entire campaign?
It's like my first one in 5 episodes.
Do you know what, Mo? It's the barefoot thing. You just feel your way through the swamp.
True.
With those of us with shoes on.
I feel the swamp and the swamp feels me.
Is it the soft fingers?
Squelching sounds.
The first day of travel is mostly unremarkable, aside from the rot that clings to the trees and vines that only seems to grow as you venture deeper into the swamp. The most noteworthy encounter was the puddle of muddy water that rippled with movement underneath the surface. Not willing to find out what lives within or how deep the puddle actually was, Mo managed to warn the group before anyone stepped in it. As you set up camp to rest for the first evening, Raphiram breaks the quiet. What's your usual watch pattern? I'm happy to help however I can.
Well, listen, man, like, that's all cool and stuff, but do we really need to know what time it is?
What? No, not that kind of watch. We're in a dangerous swamp. We can't all be asleep at once. You have an established watch, right?
Well, no, we all sleep at the same time. That way we can get our daily 8 hours. It's very important. You don't want to be cranky.
I will keep watch.
Oh, for the love of Dreguth, I will help as well.
Fine.
I'll take part of the watch. You and I don't need as much sleep as these others do.
I was just so close to volunteering, but it sounds like the roster's full, so I'll go ahead and go to
It's
sleep.
fine.
Thanks, guys.
I don't need sleep. I don't want sleep. It's no big deal.
You will need sleep to keep your strength up.
I don't want sleep. My strength is fine.
Are you sure you're okay to venture forth with us?
I'm
Tana?
super.
Okay, but tomorrow you must sleep.
Fine.
I can cover watch as well.
Thank you, He. The longer I travel with you folk, the more nervous about basically everything I become.
You get used to it.
Somehow we managed to pull through regardless of the circumstance. So somebody's watching out for us, I think.
He crawls into a tree.
Are there many trees around us?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's dense bog.
Wait, does he like druid shift into the tree, or is it like just a little hole that he just like wiggles his way in?
He crawls up into the branches of the tree.
In fact, for my watch, I'm going to take the form of a bird and get a bird's eye view of what's around us.
You can do that now?
I can.
Woohoo! That's
kind
so
of bird?
cool.
Quite a few different species, actually.
Yeah, but what bird are you? What kind
I
of
would
bird are
probably,
you?
I mean, I'm in a swamp. It's probably going to be a crow or a raven or something like that. That's what I did before when I was trying to find Durgus in the town.
I guess while everyone is turning into trees and birds, I will just find an uprooted root
Yeah.
and sit on it, making sure that absolutely no part of me is touching the mud or the water.
I can only imagine what a raven with antlers looks like.
Not very
pretty cool.
aerodynamic, I'll tell you what.
Well, they're swept back. They're swept back.
Oh, they're aerodynamic antlers.
Yeah.
They sweep back faster the faster you go to.
Yeah, something like that.
I'll wake up pretty late into the night and realizing I took the second shift, I'm a little nervous because that means I overslept. I'll stand up quickly and look around. Is everything still okay?
Yeah, I'm still sitting in the same spot unless the DM has eaten me or something. The DM wouldn't eat me. The DM has sent something to eat me.
Tasty,
Did you eat Tana?
No, it wasn't me, I swear. Yeah, basically no one has moved from their spot at all.
I'll approach Tana. I believe it is much later at night than you were supposed to wake me.
It's fine, Heen. I don't need sleep tonight. I already told you that. Go back to bed.
No, I am already awake. Care if I join you?
No.
I'll push Tana slightly to the side because she's taking up the entire route,
I'll just let you push me.
and I'll sit up next to her. I assume this is about the loss of control.
I don't know. No. The control that's tied to my magic doesn't matter whether I sleep or I wake. It's the things I see when I sleep.
Are they memories of what you have done or things done unto you?
The latter.
I'll sit in silence for a couple seconds before I hold out my hand. And
Do you need something?
I think it is you who need something. Just show me.
No, I don't even remember. It's just flashes now. There's nothing to show.
All right, then. And I'll put my hand down and continue to watch.
I do. Thank you, Heen. Truly. I wouldn't burden anyone with this. Not even you.
Miraculously, nothing attacks you during the night, and you all wake up alive. However, sleep in the swamps is difficult. The 8 hours does not give a long rest, only a short rest. Everyone make a DC 14 survival or nature check for the second day.
Woo!
Oh, yeah?
It was 14, right?
14.
Yes. I got 16.
I got a 15.
Did you guys all pass?
Yeah.
I actually got a 23, which is pretty close to what I got the first time,
Wow.
too.
Yeah.
Even though I have no survival skills, I apparently know
Bear
my
Grylls.
natures.
I got a 20, not nat, so I'm assuming that, I'm just following everything you do to a T.
Oh, yeah.
Like leaping from lily pad to lily
to a
pad like you.
tiefling?
To a tiefling, exactly.
Exactly. As a raven, I fly above the party, looking out in the distance and staying off the mud as much as possible.
Smart.
Other than to caw at Durgus when he stops periodically to roll in the mud, even though he's wearing his leather satchel. Which just means I'll have more mud and stuff to clean off that stupid thing later.
You guys will have to dig through the mud to get to the potions within the...
Exactly.
That sounds about
I don't
right.
blame him. It's probably kind of warm. Sun's
Oh,
out
yeah.
all the time.
Yep.
Poor guy. There's probably not a ton of cover for him in some places.
Well, that and the awful stench of rot has just begun permeating the air, your clothing, your very being. It doesn't appear to be toxic yet, but you wonder when it will be.
Lovely.
I'll start using little psionic bridges or gaps whenever really difficult terrain comes up, just so we can get across without falling in this mud and possibly drowning in
and in
rot.
fact, at one point you pass a patch of ground just covered in bloated flower pods that look like they'd burst if disturbed. But you managed to spot them beforehand and make a platform over them.
if I'm flying up high, how high do I have to go before the stench dissipates?
You have to go about 60 feet before you can breathe clean air.
Wow. Okay, so I go up high enough. I'm going to look around. Can I see anything off in the distance, or is it just covered in trees and bog?
There's a thick canopy to the swamps. And no smoke or fires or anything, nothing breaking the canopy.
Not even me.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I know.
Good
She
job.
hasn't burned this whole place down yet.
You'll
I think
notice.
that's a round of
behaved.
applause.
Actually, you will notice that even though we are covered in mud and water, I haven't used a spark of fire.
Tana's broken.
Nah, Joey just made her reclass
Into fighter.
into fighter. Now Rachel has to learn new rules.
Now she has 112 hit points.
That is that right there. That's it.
Well, that's it.
I'll
Just
give
attack.
you a ha
Roll a dice.
and a
Done.
hi-ya, and I'll kick you.
Yeah,
You say while punching.
You can get armor.
Oh, is
and
that what a kick is? Oh, I thought I kicked with my fist.
You must have went to the moving monastery.
I did.
Hey, her moves are far too advanced.
Yeah, this place sucks. Finian, why couldn't you have picked a better place for your backstory? Like a beach.
With each passing hour of travel, the blight that has taken hold of the bog deepens until the point where even the wildlife goes silent. The only calls you hear are those of Finian.
Yelling at Darius.
Caw?
There is no answer.
Caw. I didn't want him to feel lonely.
Only a few hundred feet after you notice that, do you notice something else? Goblin corpses strung together, dangling in a chain between a pair of trees.
That's lovely.
Maggots fester in their fetid flesh, making the scent of decay all the more overpowering. Raphiram pokes at his one antler as if deep in thought. Is this warning, or threat, or maybe a trophy?
I think it's art.
I think it's none of the above. It's just disgusting.
Oh, well, that is certainly true. But does it means to turn back?
I would say this is means to turn back.
I agree. Why are we even here? What this black dragon? I mean, is it really causing a big issue, guys? Come on. I mean, seriously.
You seem so excited to meet the black dragon. What changed?
That. What? He's like making a Picasso statue or whatever that artist guy is.
Fair enough.
Seeing the party stop, because I'm up above, I fly down and I also observe this and I resume my normal form.
Yes, this is unfortunate. I expected we might see this.
And you didn't even give us a heads up?
It's goblins. What were you expecting?
If I had told you this is where we might find, would you have even taken a step into the swamp? Probably not.
You saw these goblins before?
Not like this, but it does not surprise me to see such an abomination. Alvaro is quite an evil spirit, and we should be on our guard from here on out. As you've all noticed, this swamp has become quite unpleasant and dangerous.
I hadn't noticed.
Become?
Says the Gith.
Hey,
I'm gonna
Gith
go,
actually don't like swamps. We're used to nice, clean water and, dark, humid places, not this blowing
Yeah, you can't fish
death
here.
fog through
Oh,
here.
yeah, that's fair.
I don't think
That's fair.
anyone likes this swamp.
Not like this. I'm
Even
going to
the
go
frogs.
investigate the bodies and see if I can determine manner of death, how long they might have been here,
Sure.
if there's any markings of a clan or tribe.
Make a medicine check.
Oh, that's a 22.
Wow. You know that the goblins have been hung here for exactly 8 days. They were eviscerated. Many of their organs have been removed, particularly from their belly, and their blood has been drained.
So Finian's kind of puttering about, looking at these bodies and sticking his hands where nobody would ever think to do this.
Finian, what do you see with your elf eyes?
It's almost as if all the hemoglobin has been drained out of their bodies.
Don't you mean hemoglobin?
No, hemoglobin.
Oh,
Goblin blood is constituted of hemoglobin and other...
oh, of course. I'm
Fluids.
sorry. How could I have
Yeah, yeah.
forgotten?
I read about that in my biology class.
Did you really need to open that goblin's tushy to know that, though? Or I didn't need to see that video.
I'm sorry if my methods disturb you, but there's no way to know the things that I need to learn here without getting my hands dirty.
Speaking of dirty, where is all this black ink coming from? And I'm just looking at my hands.
Swamp gas.
What?
So,
While Finian is rummaging around in these, empty body cavities and stuff,
Goblin cheeks.
you see him pause for a moment, and he looks like he's doing some kind of mumbo jumbo, like he does, And
What a wonderful description.
when druid magic is going to happen, this is what he does. So I pull out from my satchel a couple of like rotted looking, like nasty foul mushrooms, and I kind of smear them on one of the corpses, and it's a little less decayed and less beat up, and I I do this mumbo jumbo, and you see this corpse like kind of slowly, like it starts to move, and its eyes, if it has any, maybe it has one eye, right, opens, and it's like that kind of like milky color.
I'm
it's
a vom.
really foul.
I'm gonna go vomit.
I let
And I
out
untie
a
it from the
horrified
tree.
hiss and jump behind Heen.
and it kind of staggers forward a couple of steps, and I start talking to it.
Are you casting? What are you casting?
Animate dead.
Oh, God.
Exactly.
Finian, should we kill it?
No, stand back, please.
Finian, what are you doing?
I'm going to kill it with fire.
I'm going to speak with it.
I don't think that can speak.
I turn away from Raphiram. So you see me like I've almost got a marionette on a string, and I'm having this horrible abomination of a corpse move, and I'm like making it walk, and I'm trying to talk to it.
Goblin, what happened here? What befell you and your comrades?
Heen and I are just clutching each other in horror.
The goblin is lurching in an unstable gait. It looks like it's about to fall over, and it's not held up well over these 8 days. It's a mess.
Raphiram will grab your arm.
What? Raphiram,
What are you trying to accomplish here, Finian?
you told me to act. I'm trying to take this into my own hands. I'm trying to get information from this dead goblin.
He opens his mouth to argue, and then he stops. You're right. What exactly did you cast?
I tried to cast Animate Dead. I thought I could speak with it.
I'm not big on necromancy, but I think that's a wrong spell. I believe you need speak with dead.
Oh, good grief, Raphiram, you're right. I didn't even stop to think about that.
He'll give you a dirty look.
I did find some perverse pleasure in reanimating this corpse, though.
All right, keep it in your pants, Finian.
What the fuck is happening in this swamp?
I end the spell, and you just hear a thud
Oh!
as the body just kind of collapses in a heap on the ground.
Next time, prepare the right spell.
That's all you have to say to him?
And listen, and he'll like getting close. His mother dabbled in this weird ass shit. I can't talk him out of it. It runs in his blood. Just encourage him, all right?
So,
Good job, buddy.
is Finian evil?
Well, I don't think that's up to mortals to decide, is it?
Oh, I'll decide.
Yeah, when I was here before and Tana was with me,
Oh my God, we don't need to talk about it.
No. We need to talk about
I
it.
think the rest of our group would benefit from knowing a little bit about what happened.
We died.
We found goblins who resisted us, but were at least open to some form of interaction. But Avru would have none of this and did not. Let's just say Avru is aligned with the evil forces of nature.
Yeah,
may not be welcome
Avru
here.
is.
Hold up. What would you call what you just did?
Experimentation.
Oh my god.
So, how'd you end up in Malice again?
I'm just going to start walking.
Yep.
Knowledge by itself is not inherently evil, right?
Oh, no. That was inherently evil.
Is that what they teach you in Seeker School?
No, that is not. It is me trying to be open-minded.
Boys!
Yeah.
I'll call over my shoulder. Come on.
Tana's right. We have a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah, no, please. Let's just rush into our deaths.
Isn't that what you specialize in, Mo?
I'm trying to change that.
So, guys,
Nolan looks so devastated.
when are we going to tell Tana about that chinchilla under her nose?
We don't have to tell her, man. We're all going to die anyway. And then when we all meet up in the spirit world, she won't have it.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, dude, I've been thinking recently.
That's very astute of you.
You know, Mo, getting away from Sensei has really changed you.
What's a
don't like
chinchilla?
The druid ass.
From Noctara, from this part of the world.
And everyone continues going deeper into the shithole that is this swamp. And after a couple hours pass, I need everyone to make a DC 17 dexterity save.
Ooh.
Tana,
I failed so hard.
your roll is replaced by a 15
Yay!
by our new patron, Ricky, God of Chaos.
Ricky, I love you because that means I went from really, really not passing to I passed. Just
You
by
got
the
any
skin
of
of my
those rolls
teeth.
for me?
No. Who failed?
Yeah.
Not me.
I got a 17.
That passes.
Yeah.
It looks like Finian
I got a
and
16.
Heen failed.
Yep, failed by
Got a
2.
10.
So we have 3 failures.
The three of you are caught in nets that spring up from the ground out of nowhere. They were concealed by vines and moss. You're lifted 10 feet into the air, suspended by thick tree branches. And I need everyone to roll initiative. Heen.
I got a 23.
Wow.
Yeah,
Tana.
I'm rolling high.
I got a 21.
You guys, Finian.
19.
Oh, wow.
Mo?
Listen, man. New swamp, new me. Let's go. You see my roll right there.
Is that a nat 20?
It's another nat 20.
Oh my gosh.
Hey.
JR?
I got a 6.
There we go.
That makes sense.
Man,
You-
that rod is just getting in your way.
Yeah.
Your big rod.
I'm not used to it.
damn straight.
Gosh, it's serrated, though.
Serrated, yeah.
For pleasure.
Your pleasure.
You have no idea how long you've been followed. You had no idea that you were surrounded by goblins, but out of nowhere, arrows begin flying into the clearing where you're all now surrounded. The three of you who are ensnared are porcupined by arrows.
Ouch.
The three of you each take 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
Tana and Mo, I need you, the two of you, to make a DC 14 Constitution save.
Oh, so arrows didn't hit us.
Yes.
I pass.
21.
Yeah, both of you pass. A vial of glass bursts on the ground between the two of you, but you're both quick enough to get out of the way and cover your mouth as a black, viscous gas erupts from this broken glass.
Viscous gas.
Oh, Tana, some of it got on your face.
Falling at my face. Oh God! I'm looking at my fingers. There's so much of it. Am I okay? Am I okay?
No, but I am.
That's what you're thinking of in the middle of an attack. I love it.
Mo, it is your turn.
Well, one problem out of the way. I guess I'm gonna. Do I just see anything right off the bat?
You see nothing. You hear things moving in the bog around you, but you don't see anything.
I'm gonna embrace my inner salamander and I'm gonna lay prone on the mud and try and wiggle to get into the mud a little bit. I'm gonna try to hide right now.
Sure.
Inner salamander.
I can't even.
I got a 12.
You don't know the way of the salamander.
Yeah, since I only taught the way of the gecko.
True.
The gecko.
Of saving 10%.
Saving 10%.
Or 15%, whatever it is. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna like just wiggle into the mud a little bit and just try and look around.
Heen, you are tangled up in a net.
Seeing that I rolled
Who's
so
the net?
high.
Seems like an
We don't-
inappropriate time,
we
but
don't-
okay.
We don't talk about her. Not anymore.
Yeah.
It's not Sean anymore, it's Annette.
Tangled
You know,
up in a net. I'm sorry.
Apparently, I've been caught in these before because I rolled so well. So I guess my reflexes kick in. I'm going to immediately summon a small dagger and start cutting the little weave one at a time, and then and just slash the entire thing with force power and hopefully fall to the ground.
You fall, taking 6 bludgeoning damage as you slam into the hard part of the ground.
Oof.
All right, that's worth it. At least I'm on solid ground. I'll get back up, and as my bonus action, I'll do a project item and get a tower shield just to block some more of these arrows wherever they're coming from.
Tana,
Where are these goblins? How far are they?
They're in the trees all over. You don't see any of them. They're blending in for somehow.
Lovely.
But they're everywhere.
Are the 3 guys in 3 separate nets or the same net?
They're in 3 separate nets, though Heen just fell to the ground next to you. He's face planting in the mud.
Sorry. Okay. I'm going to trigger my mage armor because there are arrows everywhere, and I will run up to. Sorry, Finian, but JR's got slightly bigger hit power. I'm gonna go up to JR.
And a bigger sword.
Yeah, and I'm going to kind of reach through the net and try and clasp your rod. And then use a
it's just
sawing
dangling
motion.
down. Out
It's dangling still? Okay. I will start using your rod in a sawing motion because, it's... What, Aaron?
Did your dangle get tangled?
Yeah. And anyway, working it with 2 hands, I'm going to try and cut through the rope.
Make an athletics check for me.
Ooh, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. Guess what I got?
What?
I got a nat 20.
Wow.
I'm really good with rods.
You know your way around this.
I do.
I thought you had a staff instead of a rod.
Sorcerer rules make you proficient with staves, quarterstaffs, and rods.
Oh, wow.
JR, you take only 1 bludgeoning damage as you fall into Tana's arms.
My hero.
Tana takes 10 bludgeoning damage as you crush her.
Finian.
Pondering what to do for just a moment, Finian reaches into his satchel, kind of squirming in the net, and grabs a mushroom that looks kind of grayish in color, kind of nondescript. Quickly pops it in his mouth, and immediately all you see is the net collapsing, and there's like this kind of grayish dark cloud where he was. He's now invoked the gaseous form, and he slowly moves to the ground.
Oh, sweet.
Oh man, Finian's starting to act real fast, and it was new stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Rathiram nods his approval, and he runs over to a tree and places his palm on it, and the bark will grow around his arm and encompass him, encasing him in bark skin.
Nice.
And then he, with one of his fists, which is now just a giant fist of wood, he runs into the surrounding swamp to go beat up some goblins.
He's cool.
Meanwhile, more arrows are peppered into the group. This time at Tana, Finian, and Heen. Each of you take 6 piercing damage, though Heen take 4, as a couple of the arrows are deflected by your tower shield. And Finian, you're gas, so they pass through you. I believe you have resistance to this.
I do.
So they just kind of tickle.
Yeah.
JR?
Yeah.
You're still in my arms.
Yeah.
This is romantic.
Wrapped around her.
JR and Tana.
I picture Scooby in.
Yep.
Yeah, me too.
More of this piss-smelling gas starts pouring over
I'm
you.
going to be so fucking mad if they're throwing piss at us.
They just might be.
Oh no!
Make a DC 14 Constitution save.
Oh, yeah, 19.
Could we add our dice together? Because if we did, we would have a nat 20.
When,
Oh, no.
wow.
Because I just rolled a nat 1.
Tana, I need you to take 4 poison damage, and you have a stack of poison.
Lovely.
For each poison stack you have, you subtract 1 from every d20 roll.
Oh
Joy.
my God.
JR.
How much did I take any?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
I guess I should probably drop you now.
You, I guess, nuzzled your like face in Tana, so the gas didn't get to you.
And I took all of it instead.
Yeah. What a hero.
It's my mustache. It just.
It filters
Yeah.
the gas.
It's a real reason I have it. Do we see the goblins around, or is it just kind of like we assume they're everywhere?
Make a perception check.
No. 2.
Yeah, you have no idea. It looks like the trees are shooting arrows at you.
Then I'll shoot some lightning in the tree. So I'll shoot a cone of lightning.
Okay.
Cantrip level. They make a dex save if I hit any.
Wow, a cone is really good.
You
right
have
now.
no idea if you hit any, but you shoot.
Okay, I'll roll the damage if a case I hit some for 9 lightning damage.
Ooh,
if they
nice.
got
You hear some fuck coming out of the trees.
I know where you are now.
Smart.
Mo.
Well, I just wanted to point out that everyone here laughed at me when I engaged in salamander mode, but I'm literally taking part in my training with Finian. I've been watching. He turns into animals. It works.
Oh, yeah.
I call his form Sprawling Salamander, and now I'm going to army crawl from this mud that I'm in over to. Well, let me take a perception because I hopefully I can see a tree here. Let's see.
Did you get the antlers right?
No. Okay, I got an 11 on perception. Did I see where an arrow came out of a tree by chance?
You see the arrows coming out of trees.
Okay. I'm just gonna pick a tree. I think there's one in that one, and then I'm on all fours. I'm just gonna do a little lizard crawl up to the base of the tree.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do a climbing koala. That's my next form, and I'm gonna start climbing up the tree.
Okay.
And hopefully there's a goblet up here.
Okay, so you use your monk movement to get to the tree and then climb the tree. Make another perception for me.
All right, let's see here. What do I got? Okay, this time I got an 11.
Which was the same you got last time. It's a tree.
All right, cool.
You see motion in the tree, but you're not sure if it's goblins or leaves. Like, if they're in this tree, they are very well disguised.
Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and use a key point for patient defense. So I have dodge up right now.
Okay, cool. Heen.
JR, that is a good idea. Over there. I'll point my hand, and I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to do something I don't do a whole lot of, but I'm realizing is pretty good, because after seeing Ong Doon just mess with our minds, I got to start leaning into this more. So I'm going to reach out and cast Fear in a 30-foot cone in the same way JR just did.
Wow.
Each of the goblins is going to need to make a DC 16 Wisdom save.
Arrows almost instantly stop flying from that area of the swamp. Tana.
I too have a cone attack. I guess at this point I should probably set JR down. So I will. And I will raise my hands in my burning hand stance, and my fingers will start to flicker with fire. And then I will just shove my hands in my pocket and start whistling.
Oh, you having performance issues?
Tana, you gonna do something?
No, I think you guys have this.
I mean,
well.
if your performance issues keeps up for like 6 or so weeks, I would go see a doctor, but that's just me.
I'm just supporting you all. You've got this.
At least
Rah,
get
rah,
behind the
team.
cover. And I'll motion with my tower shield.
I will do as Heen says.
You'll duck behind his tower shield.
Yes, I will with my staff, which cannot get cracked again.
Finian.
I look up in my gaseous form and I see Dergus up in the net, and I just realized that he was in there with me.
Oof.
And he is struggling.
Oh.
This is the first time he's seen combat, actually.
He's seen a lot of combat
He's
when
not
you
been
weren't
in it.
around. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was going to say that we
he's-
know about.
I know it, but
Right.
this is the first time he's been in a life-threatening situation. So he's really freaked out, and I think to myself, I better go up and get him. So I float back up to the net, and I resume my normal form, and I use my primal savagery to try to tear the net open and free him.
Yeah, your acid cuts through the net easily, and he drops 10
both
feet
do.
to the
We
ground.
tumble to the ground. And then he runs off. He probably is going to run off behind a tree or something like that.
I need you to take 3 bludgeoning damage.
But Dergus landed on top of him, right?
Yes,
So he's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah. So actually, take 3 more bludgeoning
I'm
damage
sorry.
I cushioned his fall.
from your pig.
I'm sorry.
But
I've
he's
got plenty of
safe.
hit points.
He's safe. JR.
I guess I'll move over to where Heen and Tana is and kind of look around. I'm just gonna cast some lightning into the trees, so they'll make a dex save. if I hit any. 11 lightning that time.
The arrows stop flying from that section of swamp as well. And you hear a loud whistle sound from behind you. And all of the arrows stop flying. And a single goblin wearing what looks like a ghillie suit, so he blends in with the swamp, emerges into the clearing and wears an eye patch. And he looks at you, JR, and he draws a dagger that's dripping with poison. I'm gonna put dirt in your eye. and he charges you and hits you with a 19.
Hey, 19's my armor.
11 piercing and 7 poison damage. Mo, you see there were 7 goblins in this tree with you, and all of them immediately stop. You can now see them as they've stopped moving, and they're just watching the fight happening.
I'm gonna climb up the tree next to one of them. I'm just gonna lean in really close. Hey man, why did we stop fighting?
Orders are orders, I don't know.
What are we? Am I supposed to fight him? And I'll point down to the eye patch goblin.
He shrugs. You can if you want.
Oh, I'm down. So check this out. I was gonna use my karate crane move up here, but now I have height advantage on him. Watch this move, man. Watch this. I'm gonna stretch my arm a little bit. And I'm gonna yell, "Falling Falcon!" And I'm gonna jump out and I'm gonna try and elbow drop this guy.
Nice.
I get advantage,
I
right?
love all the animal cues you're taking from Finian. It's really cute.
Yeah, he showed me the way. I got this.
You're doing more than I do.
Well, I haven't rolled yet. I get advantage because of height, right?
Yes.
Okay.
His AC is 15.
Okay, I rolled a 19, so I rolled a 25, so I hit him. He's going to take...
I have never seen you get so many high rolls ever.
Well, see, you said that, and now I rolled damage. So he'll take 5 elbow drop damage.
Okay.
Falling Falcon elbow drop damage.
True. And then I land on him, I'll stand up awkwardly and wipe all the mud off my pants, and then I'll just look around. I think I'm in this fight now, man. Let's go. And I'll end my turn.
Heen.
I just saw this bush come out of nowhere and start attacking JR. I'm going to...
It's because his rod is so big.
I'll break the tower shield in half, drop one piece, and hit him in the back with the other pieces. I spin around.
JR or the goblin?
We'll see how this goes.
Okay.
18.
That hits.
I'll hit him in the back for 13 force.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to see that Tana is not doing a whole lot. Fireball would be good.
Nah.
I'll shrug, and for my bonus action, I will project weapons once again. This is my favorite bonus action, and it allows me to project both armor and shields as well. So I'm going to just quickly project a little bit of leather armor over her just for a turn or
That's
two.
really nice.
Tana, it is your turn.
I think the guys really are doing fine. Truly, I don't know. Anyone need help? Who needs help?
Fireball.
Trying to do something.
Okay. Where is the biggest group of goblins? In a tree?
Yeah.
Okay.
You see, you find a big group of goblins 10 feet
answer is
away from
everywhere.
you.
Okay,
Everywhere.
cool. So I am going to walk up to that tree, and I'm going to conjure a little ball of fire in my hands, just like the size of a marble, and I'm going to flick it kind of at a dry part of the bark.
Okay.
And I'm going to make a bonfire. Unfortunately, I think the bark is kind of damp. But,
Yeah, the tree...
does the tree need to make a dex save?
the tree fails its dex save.
Oh, that's good.
And it turns around to face you, and Raphiram grunts. Hey, I'm on your side.
Shit, really? Hold on. Raphiram's gonna take He's going to take 4 fire damage.
He stop, drops, and rolls as a tree.
Oh my god, just smushes all those goblins.
Hey, I did something!
Fair.
Finian.
So there are little leeches in the mud. They really haven't bothered us yet because we haven't been
Yet.
in it long enough. But I look at this badass ghillie-suited goblin going after JR, I think, right? And I look down and I say, "Oh, I can take advantage of this." So I pull out the little dead cockroach I use as my material for this one.
Ew.
I whisper to it and then eat a like a really big mushroom.
I thought you were going to eat the cockroach.
Me too. I was
No,
really...
I have to eat both. So I take the little cockroach and I pop it in the dried out husk of the cockroach, put it in my mouth with the giant mushroom and chew it. And then the goblin would now see that there are like 3 or 4 or 5 giant leeches like attached to his calves. And they're like sucking on his blood and like, damaging him.
Ew. What does he have to do?
Every word of that turn was disgusting.
Sorry.
Yeah. So if you were looking closely, you'd see these like 10-inch long, like black, like slimy things, like kind of rapidly climb up out of the muck and like grab onto his legs, and they just like latch on, and like you can still get a trickle of blood where each one is biting, draining his life force.
You can see the leather straps around his ankles burn away as their acid is melting through it, and he takes 11 acid damage.
Yes, I love that spell.
JR.
Tana, lift me up so I can get advantage.
No, you're going to give me a hernia. You're not light.
Well, I'm going to see what this sword does that the patrons gave me. So, first attack. Whoa. 16.
AC 15.
Nice. So you got 3 lightning and 12 slashing from the first hit. And then the second hit does 2 lightning and 11 slashing.
Wow.
Nice.
Wait, so you just got an extra 7 damage on your turn because it's a +1 sword and you did 5 lightning? Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
sword.
fantastic.
And then I'll burn a charge so it's taunted.
But wait, there's more.
Combo.
He fails his save.
Nice. So now he's taunted.
So he is taunted. So
Come at me, bro.
he looks to the leeches at his ankles and the bruise on the top of his head where Mo landed on him. But more important to him is JR. And he gazes at you with his one crazed eye. I challenge you to a challenge. No, wait, fuck, I said challenge twice. And then he'll charge you with his dagger. He rolls a natural 20.
No.
However, the next nat 20 attack in enemy rolls becomes a 12. You can thank Pete for that.
Thank you, Pete.
So instead, he still hits you. It's a 19.
Okay.
But it's not at least it's not a crit. 9 piercing and 5 poison.
I have resistance.
That's so good. No.
I was getting all pumped up for this fight, but man, he just did the holiest of challenges. He challenged him to a challenge. I respect this. So I'm gonna look at JR and shrug. Hey man, you got this, buddy. He challenged you. I mean, like, if you need me to tag it, just let me know. I'll be over here stretching. I'm gonna walk over just like to the other side of the quote unquote ring. I'm just gonna start stretching for my turn.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna kind of look around a little bit bored. I'm just gonna activate my ring of invisibility, maybe to see where we are. How close is the closest in, Joey?
The closest in is about 4 days walk from here.
Okay.
4 days walk to the north.
Okay.
You're in the middle of nowhere.
Wow. Yeah, I'm just gonna lean up against a tree waiting for my tag in, so gotta respect the challenge.
Heen.
I see this goblin just still going at JR. He who fights alone dies alone. And I will pull the armor off of Tana. Hopefully
fair.
it'll break it in time. And the purple mass of what was previously leather straps is going to come screaming across the battlefield at him. And I'm going to attack him with it and hopefully grapple. So I'm going to roll the attack first. I get a 19. He's going to need to make a DC 16 strength save as the armor tries to wrap him and grab him.
He fails.
Ooh, nice.
14. So he's grappled?
So he's grappled, and he's going to go ahead and take, didn't roll too high on that one, 6 force damage.
So it's sort of like a leather dominatrix outfit.
Smack him with your rod now.
Well, it's leather and it's dealing damage. Who knows? Maybe he gets pleasure from it.
Tana, it's your turn.
Okay, so you withdrew this leather armor, right?
Yeah, I did it rapidly in combat, so hopefully I didn't hurt you with it.
So I will almost certainly fall to the ground, I guess on all fours, in the mud.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Tana, you hear a group of goblins in one of the nearby trees laughing. What a loser. Wow, that was a good insult. Yeah, that's really good.
I'm so confused. I mean, we're all covered in mud. So I'm going to be reaching down to push myself out of this puddle that I'm in. When I see my reflection
Yeah.
in the still water,
What?
and I notice that I've got a big black smeared mustache and a monocle on my face.
From the gases.
Are you fucking kidding me? I have been walking around. I'll like yell up into the trees for Mo. Where are you, Mo?
Oh, hiding now.
I will pull myself to my feet and I'm dripping in mud and water and apparently ink from my face. Are you freaking kidding me? And at that point, I will call a massive fireball down from the sky to hit that big tree of goblins that are laughing at me. And if Mo just happens to be there, so be it.
I wasn't there laughing with them. I wasn't the one who said such a loser.
The tree goes up in flames and you can hear it crack and splinter and it collapses to the ground.
I'm assuming all the goblins and potential allies in there have to make dex saving throws.
The goblins who survive scatter out of the fallen tree.
Okay. I will find you and I will kill you.
Hey, no. This was like motivational. I got you out of that rut. You're welcome.
You should see my face right now.
Finian.
I look over at our ghillie-suited goblin gorilla who's still on the attack. And first thing I do is I quickly communicate with my leech friends.
Move toward his private area. And keep sucking and spinning.
Okay.
They do that.
Causing him, I'm sure, immense pain. So then I'm also going to...
Or pleasure.
Or, who knows? It's a goblin.
Everything about this episode is a catastrophe.
Absolutely. And then I grab a nasty-looking, like, it's a spicy mushroom, but it's dripping with, like, what looks like poison, and I take a chomp on it, and then I cast the Mel's acid arrow and fire it off at this guy. I rolled I hit him with a 24.
Yeah, that hits.
10 points of acid damage.
Yeah, it pierces right into his shoulder, and you can hear the sizzle of his skin burning. JR.
Okay, I'm gonna look at this goblin king or whatever he is. What is he? Just a bush.
You have no idea.
The goblin bush. All hail the goblin bush.
I'm gonna look at this goblin bush and say, time to whack this weed. I'm gonna swing twice at him.
You have advantage because he's restrained.
Ooh. 18. So I'll roll that damage. 3 lightning damage and 13 slashing.
All right.
First hit.
Nice.
Second hit. Same exact damage.
Wow. Bloodied and beaten and burned and melting.
Is Goblin Jr. gonna cry?
No, in fact, he seems satisfied. And he, with relative ease, just slithers out of the restraints, the psionic restraints that he's in. And with 2 filthy fingers, he whistles.
Excuse me. We're supposed to be fighting, buddy.
Dozens of goblins emerge from the surrounding trees, bushes, and bog water, all with bows aimed at you. A pair of goblins even come into the clearing holding up Durgus, his legs tied together.
Buddy!
And the goblin in the clearing with you with the eye patch produces thin ropes from his pouch. You're coming with us. And JR, he approaches you as if to bind your hands.
This doesn't seem like a fair challenge here. I thought it was supposed to be one-on-one.
That's a good point.
I have a quick question.
What the fuck does he care?
Tell that to your Gith friend, he says as he binds your hands, and more goblins emerge with rope to bind all of your hands.
Wait.
The goblins hesitate.
Yeah. I will cast prestidigitation on my face to get rid of the ink.
Yeah.
And then shoot a small fireball over at Mo. Okay. I'll hold my arms out. You can bind me now.
Durgus, be brave, boy, be brave.
I hold out my arms to be bound.
I will save you when I have the chance.
Yeah. With the help of the other goblins, your hands are all bound and your eyes are blindfolded as well. And that is where we'll pick up next week.
Okay.
We're so screwed.
And look at that. We've come full circle. You've returned to where this all started in our prologue episodes.
Whoa.
Which it sounds like we're dropping for patrons only next week. Is that right, Greg?
Yeah, part 1 will be dropped next week with the next episode.
Wait a minute.
Sweet.
Wait.
Special content
Wait.
only for patrons. Sign
Wait.
up now.
So you can see all the
Wait.
mess of episode 1.
Thank you all for listening to our podcast, as always, and a special thanks to our deities, Linda Mundorf, Ricky, Pete M., and Melpomene, our Celestials, David Green and Ironjaw, our heroes, Chris Matowski and Allie, and all of our adventurers. If you want to affect the story like they do, come and join us on Patreon. And that is all I have for today. See you next week. What kind of gas will you be? Have you thought about that?
You have to choose a gas. It's like
Wow.
a fog. I
Things
guess I
you
could
only
try to
say in
disguise
D&D.
myself.
Yeah, it could just be a fog. I just
I'd
thought
like to
maybe.
be a sulfuric acid cloud.
All right.